Welcome to Explaining the Episode. Today we will be covering one of the prequel episodes, and also the second episode in the chronological order released from the action-fevered dream series of Hernandez called The Fall of Colestin. The episode starts off immediately with our main protagonist named Evan, with his mom driving to her friend's house in the state of Ohio. On the way there, Evan doesn't sound so pleased, but that will change soon enough. Once they arrive and are at the house, Evan gets tired of his mom's boring talks with her friend and begins to head upstairs to find and talk to Evan's mom's friend's son to entertain himself. He finally then finds her son named Kohen, but before they could ever hang out, he abruptly leaves through a mysterious green portal. Forwarding that incident, he then goes back downstairs to tell his mom and her friend the news of her son being gone. They think nothing of it, and Evan's mom tells him to go outside and play with the neighbor's kids. Evan does so and ends up meeting the next-door neighbor's kid Colestin, the antagonist of the story, and becomes good friends with him. A year passes, and in the moment of everything, Colestin is caught wanking his willy by Evan. Colestin ignores Evan's advice on what it could do to his mind and body and proceeds to make him get on Fortnite. Meanwhile, when Evan is playing with Colestin and his new buddy, it takes a wrong turn and Colestin's new friend Max gets very heated by Evan's gameplay and kicks him from his Xbox party. As Evan is in distraught from Max's reaction, he realizes Colestin is still in Max's party and gets confused. Because every time when something bad like this happens, Colestin always goes back to see if Evan is alright. But this time he didn't. Evan believes he should be mad at Max for ever doing such a thing. The next day goes by, and on the way to school, Evan goes looking for answers from Colestin due to his cold shoulder action that he pulled the night before. But as he's looking for him, he fails to every day. It was like he was a ghost or maybe even transferred schools. Though that wasn't the case, since a week later he was found. However, besides him acknowledging Evan, for whatever reason he ran away and avoided Evan for weeks on end. But when the time came, Evan didn't hold back anymore on waiting for Colestin to talk to him. He took the opportunity to catch him and confront him upfront at recess about his behavior. Colestin then reveals his true reason on why he threw Evan under the bus. The apparent reason was that Evan was a boring guy and Colestin no longer wanted to be like that with him and decided he wanted to live out his dreams, to be the fastest track player and be a cool gangster. Following what Evan just heard, he was in disbelief, calling him insane for ever thinking he could be a thug. Colestin tried to deny that he was because his own dad was allegedly black. What Evan still heard sounded like a whole bunch of baloney, and then proceeded to tease Colestin by saying his dad left him over not being gangster enough. Colestin was furious over the claims that were just stated, and the kids at recess started to encourage Colestin and Evan to fight. The kids' wishes for Colestin and Evan to fight were successful in happening. They started throwing punches and complaining to each other. Evan said it was his fault for this to occur in the first place, but as for Colestin, his delusional thoughts clouded his mind, saying that it wasn't his fault and it will make him get a ton of bitches. Evan was still baffled at what he was spitting from his mouth and asked him what he had become. Colestin responded with a track star, and Evan bursted out in anger, telling Colestin how much it affected him for what he had done to him. He assumes it originated when his new friend came along to cause him to act that way and lead them to the fate of their friendship itself. Prior to what all was said, yet he kept continuing to say more nonsense, which triggered Evan to the point where he was so tired of Colestin to move on into making his final blow by clawing his nails deeply through his face really hard. Colestin was in pain so badly that he gave up and gave Evan the win and ran away to hide again, like he always did. Colestin was now in the school bathroom looking at himself in the mirror and was so ashamed of his loss and saw how ugly he looked afterwards the attack. Although lucky enough, he still had a ski mask in his pocket that he carried around for any occasion schemes that he would pull. Later on, Evan at school assured that he wouldn't be safe anymore living in Ohio. That may have been true. In addition, he escaped his old life there so he could have a brand new one, where he would no longer carry problems floating around him throughout the city of San Diego, California. To be continued.